So nobody will traumatize you at work. You buy somebody's fabric and then the next minute, yeah, all around your neck because you've not paid and somebody has come in and what are you waiting for? Or you end up paying actually and then you're just bitter and you're asking yourself, why did I even do this in the first place? Please. Hello and welcome again to my channel. If you're joining me for the very first time, my name is Mary and I'm a writer and plenty other things. Presently, I'm talking about workplace dynamics right here on YouTube. Really, just the different ways for everybody to survive at work. There's just a whole lot that goes on at work. So I come here and I discuss really meaningful tips to help your workplace relationships and to ensure that while you're working, at that office or in that workplace environment, you're not getting what's the word now, discouraged and burned out and allowing maybe other people affect you and things like that. So yeah, and I hope that all of the tips I've been sharing, that for you who's been following this series now, have come in handy one way or another. And yeah, that's it. I hope that you're having a wonderful time at work. Okay, and I hope that 2026 is working out perfectly well for you. So let's dig into what we have for today. All right, so there's this trend or there's this practice. I don't know if it happens in any other part of the world, but I know that it happens here in Nigeria. This time where somebody has an uncle they're burying, or their parents are late, or their daughter is getting married, or somebody put to bed and there's a sorry, bed, not bird. Somebody put to bed and there's a ceremony or something, and then they come to the office with this really nice fabric. It could be Ankara, it could be lace, it could be, whatever else. But anyway, the point is they bring it to work and then they want you to, what's the word, buy from them because they want you to identify with them and all of it. It's become a practice. I even heard that some of them actually try to make money from those things, and it's that money they used to, I don't know, add to the beauty of their celebration, or I don't know how true that is, but it's a constant practice. Now, it's a beautiful thing that people want you to identify with them. Come on, if they didn't have any interest in you or they don't like you, aside from those that just want to siphon money from you. So if they didn't really, what's the word, like you and all of that, they wouldn't want you to identify with them in the first place. So it's beautiful, don't get me wrong. But where I have a problem with that is when people have to exceed their budget. People have to, what's the word, go out of their way because they feel that they have to do that so that they're not labeled the stingy one, or the person who's having that party or that function doesn't feel bad or stuff like that. And one way or another, this has crept into every single workplace, with the exception of maybe a few. I stand to be corrected and all of that. But that's what I want us to really look into today. Now, it's happening time and time again, and some people have turned it into really just a means of siphoning money from people. And it's starting to look like every single time salary comes in, every single time it's end of the month, somebody has some function or the other. Some people even buy, they accept the fabric on credit. And then, aside from accepting the credit, the moment, what's the word, their salary comes in, they now have to, pay for that and all. So today we're going to talk about that. I'm going to make it brief. I want you to know that the what's the word, the idea of supporting somebody's function doesn't have to be limited or restricted to buying those things they bring to work. That's what I'm trying to establish here. Now, there are many other ways to support a person. If you don't have the money, or if you're going to have to exceed your budget to meet up with that, then there's a problem. And that's why the first thing I need you to know, or need you to do rather, is understand your budget and set your limit, set your restriction. People have given also what excuses like, I don't want them to feel like I'm a stingy one. They've been doing this in the office, they've been doing that, and I've just not been able to meet up. And you know what it's like for you. For some people, they're even new employees in a new place. Things haven't been so smooth and everything, and it's a new job, and somebody's bringing this up, and you still want to buy into it, knowing that it's really just exceeding your budget. So you cannot continue to live that way. You cannot continue to live that way. If you've been doing this, you need to cut it off. I need you to understand that anything that comes in the way of you saving or you really just protecting your budget or living within your means is already a problem, because in the long run it's going to affect you. Salary comes in and then you're owing somebody some what's the word, some money for some material, for some fabric, because you wanted to support them, you wanted to be at the event. It's really not the best way to live life. This is another trend that I've noticed in the workplace environment, and it's really taking its toll on people. You don't have enough money, but because you want to please that workplace person, or more importantly, you don't want to feel left out. You know, people are giving that as a reason as well. Everybody in the office is buying. It will not look as if it's only me. Please do not fall for that. Your survival is important. And then money comes in, and some people have even sometimes they're at a point where they've even forgotten that they're owing for stuff like that. And so when the person now bills them and they're like, whoa, it kind of like eats into the salary beyond what they expected, or really just out of their plans based on whatever they wanted to do with that salary for the month. So I came here to tell you today, I don't know if this happens anywhere else in the world, but maybe I should just address Nigerians first. My fellow Nigerians, my fellow work Nigerians, first of all, let me establish the facts quite correctly so you don't get me wrong. It's beautiful that people want you to identify with them, whether it's at work or any other way, any other place, sorry. But the moment it's eating into your budget in a way that's not favorable, you need to what? There's a saying, cut your, I heard it was changed to cut your coat according to your cloth. There was a time it was according to your size, but now even if what's the word? The size is beyond the cloth or something. I think that's the idea behind that analogy. Cut your coat according to your cloth. So in this, what's it called? In this situation, your cloth is your budget, the amount of money you have, while the coat is, all the other things you have to do. For example, now this fabric that they keep bringing to the workplace and all of that. So I think you should be careful about how you eat into your budget, so nobody will traumatize you at work. You buy somebody's fabric and then the next minute, yeah, all around your neck because you've not paid and salary has come in, and what are you waiting for? Or you end up paying actually, and then you're just bitter and you're asking yourself, why did I even do this in the first place? Please keep to your budget. And this trend of somebody's getting married somewhere, my father died somewhere, and all that is eating into people's budgets in the workplace. I don't want to say it should be scrapped or anything, because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. This is Nigeria, and we know that a lot of people do that. But I'm here for those who have been struggling because they feel that they have to meet up, they have to feel among, they don't want to be seen as the stingy one in the office. You are allowed to say, please, not this time, okay? And maybe I should also teach you how to be respectful about it, or how to be considerate about it in a way that that person doesn't feel bad. As I said initially, if anybody is bringing their fabric to you, it's because they want you to identify with them. They don't just go around giving everybody their stuff, except for those that just want to siphon money from people. So we can establish, first of all, that they rate you some kind of way, and that's why they want you to identify with them. So it's also important that when you're turning them down, you do it in a manner that doesn't make them feel hurt, okay? And it doesn't make them feel like they're about to siphon or embezzle money from you or something like that. So when somebody does that, brings their fabric to you, just be respectful about it. You can say, "Oh, I'm really sorry. Is there any other way I can support you? It's just that this month or the coming month, my what's the word? My salary is going into this, or right now I'm not that buoyant," and all of that. You don't have to be rude about it. You don't have to tell them they're trying to siphon money from you, or they want to use your money to plan their event. So yeah, that's not about that for today, people. Please live within your budget, okay? I just came here. Living within your budget has to do with many different things, but because this has become a trend in the Nigerian workplace, I thought to pick it out and really just address it. When you turn down things like this, it's fine. You're living within your budget, because at the end of the day, when you don't have enough money for the things that are actually more important than that, there's not a lot of people that are going to be there to help you, including that person you had to, what's the word, identify with or buy the fabric or however else that's said. So please ensure that you're living within your means, and you don't start to feel like you're being left out because you're not spending money at the office, or you're not identifying with somebody else in the office and stuff like that. So I hope you've learned something for today. I'm not going to be doing it more than that or talking more than that. So live within your means, go after your own happiness from time to time, and let's just try to reduce all of the workplace drama and trauma that's affecting people, so that we can just have a sane society that matters a whole lot. So until my next video, my name is Mary, and have a wonderful week. I'll see you when I see you. Bye.